Hello, my name is Coach Morel Brown. I am the host of the Maximize Brilliance Show. I am so excited because this is my real first official show. Yes! I am a certified life coach and I'm excited to be able to show you how to use what we call the life wheel or the wheel of life. It is a dynamic, research-based tool that coaches use, such as myself. I use it for myself and I also use it for my clients. This tool help you to see a picture of the areas of your life, such as career, physical environment, finance, wealth, civic, volunteer, recreation, and leisure, as well as family, friends, and or significant others, religion or spirituality, self-concept or self-image, as well as your personal growth and learning, your emotional part of you, and the physical. Every wheel is different. I created and recreated my own wheel with my own areas. For example, there are some wheel of life. It may say spiritual, physical, emotional, social, psychological, mental, vocational, and then other wheels, there's just talking about family, friends, finance, fun. That gets into the 7 F's of good leadership. I like to create my own, and that's the great thing about coaching. What's going to work for you? With the wheel of life, you do have the various areas of life, areas of development, and the goal is to use this particular tool, assessment tool, to assess where you are. And you look at it and you have, as you can see, the scores from 1 to 10. What you do is to really be true to yourself, to thy own self be true. And you want to ask yourself, where are you in this wheel of life? Are you satisfied in the area of career? And you begin to rate yourself from 1 to 10. Most of the time, you don't give yourself a 1, and you definitely don't give yourself a 10 because you're saying you don't have to improve. I like to stick with words in the affirmative by saying what you need to improve on, what you need to work on, and also where you're winning at, where you're doing well in. It is important that we be honest, find a quiet place to just think about these areas. Don't spend a lot of time on thinking of it. Don't overthink it and don't underthink it. So for example, when I think of my career, in terms of education, working as an educator for the last 29 years, I am pretty satisfied in that area. What I would like to do is to continue to build my coaching program as well as my career in ministry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about that quickly, and I will give myself a 6. Let me do a 7. Like I said, don't overthink it. I'm going to give myself a 7, okay? And then when I think of, and I'll use this marker here, the purple, my physical environment, which is my apartment. It would be where you live, your apartment, your house, your room. You know, if you're incarcerated, right? How does your physical environment look? Is it clean? Is it smelling fresh? Is it bright? Is it stimulating? And as you can see, as I'm moving around, you know, my environment, this is actually my office. And, you know, the first thing I wanted to do in my apartment is make sure I set up my office and make it look good so that when I come in, wow, I can relax. So my physical environment, I definitely will give that an 8. Okay. And then when I look at finance, wow, I tell you, in marriages and relationship, even with yourself, where are you financially? Am I where I want to be? Am I saving enough money? Do I have an emergency fund? I can definitely just give myself a 5. I definitely need to work on that, okay? In my finance, wealth, investments, monies. Are you saving? Do you have a budget? Do you know how to budget? Do you need a budget? All those type of questions. In the area of civic, volunteer, what is my life purpose? Am I contributing to society? And I will rate myself a definite 6. Okay, I took a break in being on other people's programs for a bit. I've been moving and shaking since I was 14 years old, and I realized I needed to engage in self-care. So what you want to do is see where you are. Are you a part of somebody's group, a civic group? Are you volunteering, perhaps politically? Are you sitting on someone's board? Are you serving as a member of their board? And pretty much are you thinking about others than just yourself? And so in relation to that, like I said, I gave myself a 6 just for this season. In terms, the next one is recreation, leisure, fun. One thing I realized that as I was getting so involved in helping in ministries, helping to build ministries, church administrator, teaching, whether it's children's church, Sunday school, Bible study, I realized that I needed to slow it down, mind myself and my momentum so that I could think of fun. I like to actually go to Dave and Buster. I like shooting pool. I grew up, shooting pool and going to the billiards. This is in East New York of Brooklyn. And now, since moving to North Carolina, I like going to Dave and Buster, air hockey, and shooting pool. At any rate, I can do much better. I do some mini vacations. I want to take an extended. So I'm going to rate myself a 5 here. Okay? I definitely need to improve. In terms of family, I believe what you want to do is see where you are. This is to show you your different areas of life so that you can rate yourself and see where you are satisfied or dissatisfied. I'll start with my immediate family. We are in proximity of each other. We're near each other. We celebrate birthdays together. We typically go to church together. We have fun together. And I believe within the relationship of communication, there's an improvement. I believe in terms of forgiving one another, there is an improvement. But what you want to do is rate your relationship with your family. Is there someone in your family that you need to forgive? Is there someone in your family you haven't spoke to that you need to reconcile with? Is there something that you need to communicate with your family? So I would rate myself a 6 on that level. Okay, I would rate myself a 6. And I'll speed it up some. In terms of friends, as you get older, the friends become fewer. And someone told me that some years ago. I have some main friends, people that I can call on if I need to call them 3 o'clock in the morning. And there are some friends I talk to maybe every 6 months, sometimes even yearly. And they know that if I call them, they're going to be right there. And it's like they're really sister friends. So where are you in terms of friends? Do you have people that you can call on that's there at a drop of a hat? Or again, is there a broken relationship that you do need to mend together? And then also significant others. I put it in the same. Where are you in relationship? Platonically with someone? Are you in a committed relationship? And where would you like to be? Do you need to improve in that area? So in terms of friendship, I would definitely rate myself a 6. I believe I have genuine friends, and I believe that I show myself friendly. In significant others, and I'm going to do that in a different color. I laugh because I can actually improve. I'll give myself a 4. I'll give myself a 4. You see me laughing, right? Okay. And in terms of religion, spirituality, morality, your values, your belief system, what, are your guiding principles for life? What gives you things that, where you can have boundaries, or where there's a horizon of what you would do and what you would not do? That's, to me, is towards religion and spirituality. How do you guide your spirit? How do you guide yourself? For me, I would definitely give myself, I would say, a 7. Still learning, still growing, still developing, but I would rate myself a 7. And then this is a very important area: self-concept, self-image. How do you see yourself? Do you want to improve on your, I'm not even really talking about necessarily your physical self-image, but how do you see yourself internally, the real you? Again, not the external, not your glasses, not your hair, not your nails, not your suit, not your swag, anything like that. But do you feel good about yourself? Do you need to improve in that area? And I had to overcome low self-esteem and to improve on my physical, my social, my emotional, of how I felt or perceived myself. I would rate myself a 6. And in terms of personal growth and learning, do you have a commitment to education? If you are an educator, are you continually taking courses to improve yourself in teaching and learning, classroom management? If you are a hairdresser, when was the last time you took a course in the latest techniques and texture of hair or anything like that? In terms of personal growth, again, like I said, I've been moving and shaking since I was 14. I definitely would rate myself a 7, okay? Where I needed to slow it down. I believe in education. I believe in a commitment to professionalism, and but I'm also realizing there's balance to that. There's a caveat, right? Emotional development. Since the pandemic and beyond, we are realizing that there is an emotional and mental part of us, and later on I'll just add mental there. And the emotions is, how do we emote? Do we have self-control over our emotions? If someone was to offend us, are we ready to pick up, the fists? And then back in the day, pick up the dukes? Do we go from 0 to 10? How do we handle circumstances? Do we have control of our emotions? I believe for me, I would give myself a 7. Most people tend to say that I'm even keel. Every now and then you'll knock me off my equilibrium, but for the most part, with the help of God's grace, I'm even keel. And then physical. Physical is a big one. This is very important. A lot of people say your physical health determines your wealth or your financial wealth. And so physically, right, it is important that you take care of your physical self. It is important that perhaps once a year you go see your primary care physician and see where your levels of AC1 is, your blood sugar level, your blood pressure, and the numbers for diabetes, especially if it runs in your family, cancer cells, things like that. And again, even emotional, to make sure you're physically fit. Make sure that you can walk up 7 flights of stairs, or you can walk a 1 full block without being so exasperated and tired. And physical health, making sure that you eat well, making sure that you sleep at a certain time. So in my physical health, I've been attentive, and there's a few things I do need. I'm going to rate myself a 6 that I can improve in. So when you look at this chart, okay, starting from career, I'll just connect it like this. Okay. And again, I like to, again, take inspiration from others or receive inspiration, and yet I like to be as unique as possible. And so the way I'm doing this chart is, you can just see that this is like the spokes inside the wheel. Again, life wheel or wheel of life. And that if I was to wheel this spark, it'll be a little crooked. It'll be like this. And but then I have to ask myself, in career, I rated myself a 7. How can I improve this to an 8 or 9? And I would start visualizing to improve this particular rating. And I would ask myself, where do I want to go to perhaps an 8? And then how will I get there? What would that look like? What would I feel like? If one of my aspirations is to continue to grow my coaching business and to serve as many people as possible, or those that is called to me and to my company, the Maximize Your Life system that we use. So my goal would be, how can I build a career? How can I increase my clientele? And how can I serve the right people with a good fit? And then I will set that goal and I'll make it actionable. So what I will do is, we will continue here, okay, looking at this wheel and looking at how can, and I chose career because it's actually in the middle, improve on the career. And we'll look at SMART goals perhaps the next time, and we'll look at an action plan here. And so today is Tuesday, August the 6th, 2024. And so I will, in the next 2 days, come back before you for about 10 to 15 minutes and go into the SMART goals and how to set goals. And so I would say, in the meantime, as we're using the Maximize Your Life system, this is the life wheel or wheel of life. And we started with focusing on career. I want you to go and be brilliant. I want you to remember to tune in to the Maximize Brilliant show. And like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. Yes, I would. And tell others about it. I am here for you. And then I also want you to tell me what you would like me to cover. I will be, as I'm wrapping this up, covering goal setting. I love to set goals. I've been setting goals for a long time. And then I also want to encourage you that you don't always have to set a goal according to the SMART rules, but you can make determinations, you can go through visualization, and we'll talk about all of that. The other thing I want to bring to you in a particular time is in terms of the 7 F's. There is what they call the 7 F's, and it helps you and it spurs you and encourages you towards good leadership. We will be covering that. We will be having guests on the show. I've been talking to potential guests to host the show, to become part of the show. So please stay tuned. You can hear from us, where we are passionate about helping you in these various areas. And we'll be having someone on to talk about careers, your physical environment, organizing your home, finance, financial development, volunteerism, vacationing, developing families, spiritual development, which is really important, your self-concept, how you feel about yourself, who you are, identity formation, as well as personal growth and learning, emotional, and your physical being, your being physically fit. And again, you can definitely call me at 862-205-9077 in terms of ideas that you may have. So I appreciate that. Definitely check out my website. That is www. And I want you to really Look at it. It is Max, M-A-X, Brilliance, INST.com. www.max, M-A-X, Brilliance Institute, abbreviation, INST.com. 862-205-9077. Definitely look out for the Maximize Brilliant Show. Have a good one. Bye-bye.